We're on.
Perfect. Okay, hello again. I'm Michelle Wood, one of the librarians here at the library. And we're going to talk about library research in HPE. There is a handout online that Dr. Watt will post. And those of us
It's
who
posted.
have one, okay? Okay, so first thing is ask for help. I'm here to help you. If you have a question or a problem about anything, email is best because I'm not in my office a lot, because I'm at the desk, the reference desk, or doing this, or at a meeting or whatever. So feel free. I'm going to show you how to email me. It's on the handout, but feel free to email me anytime because I can help you if I'm at the reference desk or at home or whatever. I do help people nights, weekends, even holidays. So
much nicer than me. Michelle answers emails at the weekend. Okay, so.
okay. There's 3 ways to get to the library homepage, which is where we are going to go to do our research. You can either type in edu.edu in a browser. I would recommend Firefox or Chrome, and then scroll down here to the library link. And there it is. If you are in the portal, you will find a link to Go to Library on the left-hand sidebar when you log in. And if you're in Blackboard, you will also find a link on the left-hand sideboard to the library. Okay, all of which will take you here to the library homepage. Okay, I'm just going to show you how to contact me. I'm up here under distance ed. And again, you can call me, but the best thing to do is email me. If you call me, I'm only going to be able to answer maybe 40% of the time I'm actually in my office. So, but here's my email. Feel free to call me if you have, or email me if you have a question or a problem. Happy to help. Okay. To search for journal articles, the best thing to do is to use one of our databases that are geared for the type of research you're doing. Okay. This is the library's catalog here, but I never use it for articles. Okay. Well. And you'll find out why, because you may only find 10 articles in here, whereas you'll have thousands to choose from if you use our databases. I only use this for books, movies, music, documents, maps, no articles, although there are articles in there. But you do what you want, but do not email me and say, there's nothing in there. There's no articles in there. No, there aren't, because they're all in the databases. Okay, so we're going to go to databases over here and click the box. And then, I'm going to show you first. I'm going to show you 2 public ones, and then I'm going to show you the library one. So, sorry about that.
That's okay.
I'm going to minimize this and open another browser. The first 2 things I have on the list there are Google Scholar and PubMed. And just open your browser and type in Google Scholar until you get it in your save thing there, and there it is. Make sure you're using Google Scholar, not Google. Everything in Google Scholar is peer-reviewed, scholarly, good stuff. There's considerable full text in there depending on your topic. I'm going to just type in something that I know will give us some results. And this is always a topic on someone's paper too, by the way. I get it every semester. Okay, now, it found lots for you. You can go over here and tell it that you only want to look at articles from a certain year. Here's the custom range one, or you can pick, one of these. And then you're going to go down here and you're going to look for PDFs. If you see both PDF and full text, always pick the PDF. The full text does not have page numbers. And you need the page numbers for your citations, and she will take off points for not having page numbers. Okay, so
Yes.
do the PDFs. Once in a while, you can find something that, like it says full view. I would try that and see if it also gives you a PDF link, okay? Because sometimes it'll give you a PDF link. And then if you don't see any link at all, then that means the article is not full text online. Anyway, like, okay, here's one here. I'll just click on this one. And there's your article. And you can either download it here, or download it to your computer or a USB drive. What I always tell students is just put some folders on your desktop. And you can either label them for your class, or you can label them your assignment, and then just download these right into that folder for your particular assignment or your class, and that way you'll have them all there, and you don't have to worry about printing them out. But it's, of course, up to you. So there you go. So here's your abstract. Always read the abstract. It will save you much, much time, because it's going to tell you exactly what the whole point of that article is. And by the time you read that, you'll know whether you don't want to bother with the rest of the article. Okay? So do take advantage of that, which can be very helpful. Now, the nice thing about Google Scholar, there are several. If you find an article that is just perfect, it's exactly what you're looking for, then you can come back here and click on Related Articles. And it's going to give you more articles just like the one you looked at and really liked, okay? That can also save you a ton of time, so do take advantage of that. And if you see one, like for example this one that is not full text online, but if the title intrigues you, here's a little bit of the abstract, just go ahead and click on that title link and read the whole abstract. And then if you decide that you've got to have that article, then you're going to place an interlibrary loan request for it. And I'm going to show you how to do that when we get done, okay? And that way we will try to get it for you from another library and then send it to you, okay? So don't worry, even if it's not full text, in most cases we can get it for you, okay? So, the other nice feature about Google Scholar is that it has a cite button here, and the citations are actually correct in here, as opposed to one other one I'm going to show you. So here's your APA, and if you plan on using that article, then just go ahead and copy and paste this, drop it into your paper, and you just saved yourself 15 minutes slugging through the AP manual, okay?
No, don't do that. Slog through the APA manual.
Oh, come on, they're going to have to anyway on some of these databases, so, you know, let's cut them a break on ones where they can, like this one. Okay, so, nice features, do take advantage of that, and very simple to use. The hard part is, in all library research, is coming up with a good search expression that's going to give you articles that are what you want and not a bunch of stuff that sounds like me, so you waste a lot of time. So I can help you with that, okay? So if you have trouble, just send me an email and I will play around with search expressions, see if I can come up with something for you if you have a problem with that, okay? Shouldn't be any questions on that because it's really simple. Again, just make sure you're using Google Scholar because Google will just give you a bunch of junk. So, okay, the other one I want to show you is called PubMed, and you literally just type it in, there it is, and it'll be the first one that comes up. This is good for medical, physiological, neurological topics, okay, which you guys, a lot of people do are interested in that sort of thing in HPE, so I'm going to do and this database, as well as Google Scholar, everything in it is already scholarly and peer reviewed, so you don't have to worry about that. Okay, put our topic in, and then we are going to go over here to free full text. We want to go here first and see how many articles we can get for free that are full text. Okay, so there you go. It found 20 out of 523, but you know, hey, you know, some of those might be really good. So then you're either going to click on the free PMC article or just free article depending on what the link says. And in some cases you may, like there's just free. In some cases you may have to look for a PDF link to click on once you click on that. So just look for one. They're usually in the upper right of the screen. Now this database also has the nice similar articles. Google Scholar called it related, they call it similar here. If you find an article that you really like, just click on similar articles and it will find several more for you that are like the ones that you, apparently only one in this case, but usually, oh no, here's 2 over here. So take advantage of that. This database does not have the nice site feature, so you will have to slog through the HPE manual when you use this one. But again, this is good for the medical, neurological, physiological, all that kind of good stuff. It is published by the National Institutes of Health, so it's good stuff. Everybody in here has either a PhD or an MD or a bunch of other letters after their name, so it's good stuff. Okay, now, if there are only a few come up, like in some cases you may only see 5 free full text, then you could go back and look through a few screens and see if there's anything else that looks good in there. And even if it's not full text, but it looks good, then you can do an interlibrary loan request for it. Okay, so, all right, get rid of that. Okay, now we're going to go back to the library. I'd forgotten that I put those up there first because I did it last. The first one I'm going to show you is, actually I'm going to show you 3. They are all by the same vendor, and they look exactly the same. You use them exactly the same way. You can use either one of them, 2 of them, or 3 of them at a time. I'm going to start with the first one, which is Academic Search Complete. Starts with an A, so I'm going to go here and click the letter A under Databases by Name. And then I'm going to click the Academic Search Complete link here. Now, from off-campus, you will first get a screen that asks you for your student ID number. Just plug that in, and then you'll get to the same screen that we have here on campus. Now, should you decide, Academic Search Complete is multidisciplinary. It has lots of different things in it. There are some good HPE things in here. However, go to Choose Databases if you want to search for more than one of them. Another one that's good is PsycInfo, which is down here. If you want to do something on motivation or psychology, behavioral, that kind of thing, PsycInfo can be very helpful. And then also Education Research Complete, if you want to do something about the classroom, something to do with HPE and the curriculum, or just anything to do with education, check that one too. Or just 1 or 2 of the other ones, it's up to you. And then when you're done, you can, these are the 3 best for your field that I meant. You can either do 1, 2, or 3 of them. Click OK, and you're now going to be searching all 3 of them. So, okay, now this vendor, we get, as you can see there, about 20 databases from them. They're all under the EBSCO vendor. Every one of these databases, you must tell it when you want scholarly peer-reviewed articles, okay, by checking the box right here. Sometimes it's over here. I think if you just do PsycInfo alone, I think it's over here on this side, but most of the time it's right here. And then you can also limit by date over here, which is usually helpful. We'll do 2010 to 2016. Okay, and then whoops, and hit the search button. So it's going to search all 3 databases for that. Oh, I spelled performance wrong. I said something. There we go. I'm not going to find anything if you spell it wrong. Okay, so see, it still found 14,000 even though I limited it from 2010 to 2016. So I'm going to scroll through here and you're going to look for PDF links. As you can see, the very first couple that came up, in this case, no full text link at all, okay? So that means we can't get that article full text, but of course, again, you can click on the title there, look for a decent abstract. This one looks like a pretty good one. If it sounds like something you want, then you're going to go ahead and place a request for it, okay? And then we'll get it for you. So, never fear. Now, if you see open access over here, that means you should be able to get it full text for free. 99% of the time you will, but, and this may be one of the times when you're not gonna. Let's try it again. You're gonna get it. You know why? Because it's PsycInfo. PsycInfo has hardly any full text, even though it's a really good, let's try this, doing it this way. Even though it's an excellent database for anything psychological, ain't gonna give it to us. All right, so click it anyway, and if you get this kind of a screen, then it's not gonna give it to you. Otherwise, it will give it to you, and then you won't be able to.
So they've changed that symbol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that wasn't, it wasn't
No, that's
that
new this
little.
semester.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Now, link full text. This is, go ahead and click it. Just don't get your expectations up too high, because half the time you aren't going to get the article. And again, these are all PsycInfo. Academic Search Complete and Education Research Complete are about 95% full text, but PsycInfo is maybe 10%. So the ones that are coming up first are all from PsycInfo, and we're not going to get it. Link text, you either get the article or you get a blank screen like this, or you may get a 404 error, something like that. So that means you're not going to get the article. But do try, just in case. I have to go back here, I can't believe did that to me. Clicked the wrong thing.
And as Michelle said, even if you can't get to the article, they can often get it for you if you interlibrary loan it. So don't panic.
Yeah. I'm going to do 2012 because I want us to be able to see at least one PDF, so I can show you. So I could show you a real full text article in here. So. The other thing you may see, in addition to the link full text, and again, do try it because some of the time you will get the article. The other instance of aggravation in here is something called link source. I don't see any of those, but I'm sure we'll come across one. Those are also, go ahead and click it, but over half the time you won't get the article, okay? You may get a login screen, okay? There is no login. So don't email me and say, what's the login for? You know, because there isn't one. What that means is we don't have access to the full text of the article, okay? So don't despair. Unless you have a psychological topic, don't even use PsycInfo, because you'll see lots of other stuff in the other databases. But if you do have a behavioral or psychological topic, you're just going to have to do a lot of interlibrary loans, okay? Now here's one that actually has a PDF full text link. What a concept. Here we go. There it is. Now, you can either, again, download it, or you can print it out, okay? And then there's your abstract. It's a nice big long one, so you're going to know definitely whether or not you want that article. And if you do, then go up here to detailed record, and it's all this is on your handout. And what that does is open up this toolbar over here on the right, which will also let you print, it'll let you email the article to yourself, let you download it. Also has a cite feature. However, and go ahead and look at it, and do use it, but know that it's wrong. In this case, it's wrong. It's wrong a lot. I don't know who they hired to put these citations in here. I know I say this every time, but it just is just unbelievable that they would hire someone to put these citations in here and they're not right. Okay, for APA, the article title, okay, which is this, nothing should be capitalized except the first word and proper nouns, okay? So go ahead and copy and paste it in your paper, but just make sure you go through and you get, change the M and the C and the C and the R and the U, all these other words. None of these other ones should be capitalized. They're not people, places, cities, companies, theories, whatever. So only the first word or proper noun should be capitalized, okay? So just uncap them, the ones that are
And
Not
the
supposed to
of in the journal title should not be capitalized.
Oh, that's very true, you're right, that of shouldn't be either, so I usually don't pay attention to that because because the usual boo-boo is in the article title, but yeah, so go ahead, copy and paste it, it only takes a second, and then just fix everything that's not right. So, but it's still a nice feature because it does only take a minute to copy and paste, so, okay? All right, so you're gonna dig through there and get as many PDFs as you can. And then look at the other ones if you can't get them and decide if you need to place a request for them. And again, you will, okay, there's a link source one right there. We'll go ahead and click it, but it's hardly ever get to the full text. Okay, yeah, see, this one says we don't have it. So you can get any number of different kinds of screens on that. I'm almost afraid to click it, I'm afraid it'll go back to the, yeah. Well, I have to, so, fine. Okay, so, if you don't include PsycInfo, you will get about 95% full text links in here. PDFs, good ones, okay. So, just know though that PsycInfo is the premier one if you're doing anything psychological, and you just have to do a lot more interlibrary loans. Okay. Next one I'm going to show you is called Science Direct, and this is also a really good one for medical, physiological, neurological, all that sort of thing. Okay, it starts with an S, so we're going to go here to the R-V, and then we're going to click this Science Direct link here. Everything in here is already scholarly and peer reviewed, so you don't have to worry about that. And you're going to put your keyword search in here. Hit the enter key. And then you're going to go down here and you can check as many of these years as you want. You know, there's tons. You can even pick one of these publication titles if you want. I usually don't. There's even a topic thing here. You know, it's up to you. I don't normally use those two things, but you must check the journal box here, okay? And then do apply filters. If you don't check the journal box, you'll get reference works, which you will not be able to use as a graduate student, and you may get some book chapters, but they're probably not that great. So, do apply filters. And there we go. Now, there is either considerable or pretty good amount of full text in here, depending on your topic. This green icon or orange icon means it's full text. The gray means it is not. So, you will see PDF, everything in here is a PDF. So you will see the PDF if it's green or orange. You will see purchase PDF if it's gray. Don't purchase, okay? Just do an interlibrary loan request. We don't charge you. It's ridiculous for you to spend money on that, but we can get it for you, okay? So, something looks good. We're going to click the PDF link and bring up our article, and there it is. And then once again, we're going to read that abstract, and then you can either print or download it. Okay. Now, it does not have the little feature for citing or related, although once in a while, you will see a little screen pop up, and it'll say, if you like this article, here's a couple other ones you might be interested in. Once in a while, you'll get that in here. So, I don't want that. Now, if you see the gray over here, like this one, go ahead and either do the first page or do the abstract. And it again will tell you what the article's about, and you can decide whether or not you want to do an interlibrary loan request for it, okay? So, again, very easy to use, all of these. The hard part is coming up, deciding what is it I want to do research on, and formulating a good search expression, so you don't have to wade through a bunch of stuff that might slightly be related to your topic, okay? Right. The next one I want to show you is called Physical Education Index. And it doesn't have a lot of full text in it, but you want to use it anyway because it's really good. It has almost any topic in it related to physical education that you would want. Go to the P, since it starts with a P, and there it is right there. You'll find a few full text in here, but not a tremendous amount. Okay, so I'm going to do. Okay, and we've got to go down here and tell it we want scholarly journals and language. We'll just leave that in English. There's the peer review. For some reason or other, you actually don't have to do the scholarly if you're going to do the peer review up here. They always, and you will find this throughout your time here that these vendors will change the screen on you frequently. 2 weeks ago, you opened it and looked one way, and then the next time you get on, it's like, okay. So just try to look for the same things that you used before. They may just slightly be in a different place. Okay, so, and again, we can do a date here if we want. So we're going to hit that search button. And okay, I found 172 results, and you're going to plow through here and see if you can find anything that's full text. Try the find a copy. Sometimes you will get the article. In this case, you probably ain't going to get the article, but give it a shot anyway.
Does that ever change, Michelle? So sometimes, do they ever update their link source?
No,
So
the
that
reason
it's just that we don't have access to that
now see,
database.
we're going to get this one. How about that? See, it's worth it to give it a shot because you do get one sometimes. No, basically what it is, without getting into too complicated, we buy these, we subscribe to these packages of journal articles from these vendors, and we do, basically we get what we get. Like, it's based on whether you have the print journal and a bunch of other stuff, and like if you went to a different library, they may have more or less full text in these link source or link full text ones than we do. It's complicated. So, but anyway, this one came up, see, so, and don't despair, remember how much full text there was in Google Scholar and in Science Direct and 2 of the 3 EBSCO ones that I showed you earlier. So there you go. And so do try them. You will get full text some of the time, just not a lot of the time. But then again, it depends on your topic too. So, and then of course, here's your abstract. You can decide whether you want to bother trying to find a copy by reading your abstract and deciding whether it looks like a good article for you. Okay? All right. Okay, the last one I want to show you is called Westlaw Now, and it's the legal database, because I know you have to take a class in that. It starts with a W, and it's right down here. This one is drastically different since last semester, but it's actually easier. Actually easier to use. Okay, now you can, if you know a certain court case, you know the party versus the other party, you can put that name in, or you can just put in a keyword. So you're going to go to cases, right here, go here, and then put your search term in. I'm going to show you both cases. Do just a search expression. Lots of cases, lots of court cases about that.
And grade.
Inflation.
Inflation.
Mm-hmm. And then here are your cases here, your court cases. And you just click on, if one looks good, click on it, and you get the whole court case, okay? And you can, I don't see the little print thing. And there's email, but oh, select a delivery message. Okay, here you go. You've got to select a delivery message. So there's your email, print, download, or Dropbox if you use that kind of thing, if you decide you want the court case, okay? Now, if you have one specifically in mind, like maybe you're given an example, you know, in your textbook or whatever in your class, you can go ahead and put that in instead. And we just do a little V. We don't do the verses, or we don't use the period. Just do blah blah, whoops, versus blah blah. There we go, to type it right. And there it is, first thing, right here. So once again, just click the link, if that's what you're looking for. And then you can read some on it before you decide whether or not you want to go up here and select a delivery method. Okay, so you'll use this. Again, anytime you want to look
So
up some sort of legal. Yeah,
when
go
you
ahead.
get a court, because I've never taken a law class, so I have no idea what this would look like. When you download that, do you get a great big document that's got, or do you just get a
yes,
summary of?
You'll get the whole shebang, and it can be extremely long.
Okay.
So it's best to download
So
and not
don't
print.
Okay.
Download and then selectively print if you must.
Okay.
So yes, they can sometimes be extremely lengthy. So as you know, many of these articles, like the ones in Science Direct, for example, they may be 30, 40 pages. So, but anyway, this will be what you use to look up court cases in your for your legal class. And then it also has, should you ever, if you want to look up a case just by a state, you can do that. It also has certain topical things down here, like say you wanted to look up everything about, bankruptcy, you could just select that too, although it will probably generate a ridiculous amount. But anyway, there's various ways you can look for things. And it also has statutes, court rules, regulations, all kinds of stuff, extra stuff in here. But you'll mainly be interested in just finding a certain court case. Okay, any questions on the databases? Again, none of them are hard to use. Okay.
Just practice them, right? Jump in, get in. It really, the hardest thing really is coming up with the right words. I'm horrible at that. Michelle is great at that. Putting the right words in to find a ton of info. You will hardly ever, not always, but hardly ever be right when you say, I can't find anything on that.
Yes, hardly ever.
It's not, that's rarely the case. It just means that you're putting in the wrong words to look for that information.
Now, there is an exception to that.
It's a skill set all of its own.
There's an exception to that, because I've gotten the emails before. If your topic is so narrow, you can't do that. If you're not finding anything, then you've probably got too many search terms in your search expression, and it's too narrow. I have had that happen with you guys before, with the HPE grad students before. You can't do, blah blah and yada yada and da da da, and you can't have like 6 or 7 search terms in the expression because the database gets confused and ends up not giving you anything. Okay, so try to focus on what's the most important thing, because I get these, it has to be, junior high, and it has to be, the left foot, injury, and it has to be, you aren't going to find very many things on just the left foot, so think about that. If you don't get anything, then try to broaden your search expression more so that you can, because you can extrapolate, to the specifics once you find the big stuff. Okay, let me show you how to look for books. because you're not gonna have time for movies or music or anything else.
Uh-uh.
I'm just gonna put physical education in here because, just to give you the broad, a broad term so you can see what all there is. Click in here. And then we are going to first look at print books. We're gonna go down here and click on the print book. And it's gonna tell us how many, that we have 1,023 print books. And again, you're gonna scroll through here. If something looks good, click on the link. Make sure it says available here. If it doesn't say available, then we won't be able to get it for you. I mean, it won't be, we can get it for you through IOL, but I meant we're not gonna have it here, okay? That means there may be a due date here that someone else hasn't checked out, or it could be lost or damaged, or, you know, some other word that you want available. So if it says available, then what you're gonna do if you're here, happen to be here in the library, you can just go to the reference desk and either, you know, bring this up on your phone, which is what most students do, and then we'll fill out the little form and someone will go get it for you. Or if you're home, I'll show you when we get done here how to request it. You can just copy and paste the title and the call number and the location into the little form that's on the library homepage, okay? And then we will, again, get the book for you and put it on hold at the circulation desk, and you can pick it up there and also return it there. Now, we also have lots of e-books that you can, get rid of those, use. And I know, whoops, I don't want that, I don't want that. A lot of people, you know, say, oh, well, I don't like e-books. Well, it's really the same as a print book. You still have to take notes with a pen and a piece of paper. So you should give it a shot, even though you think you hate it, okay? Because it's actually it's actually really handy. So click on a link if it looks good. And then right down here on the left, you're gonna see 1 to maybe 5 ebook links here. Always pick the EBSCO one if you have that choice. The reason for that is because it has a better format, I think, than the eBrary and some of the other ones, okay? I always pick that one first if there's an EBSCO link. And then you're going to click the View ebook, and it is going to bring it up for you. And here's your table of contents. Click the chapter that you want. And that's the title page of Part 3. And there is your first page of Chapter 3. And then you will simply either scroll through down here, or sometimes it's up here, depending on the vendor. Sometimes the little arrows are up here. Scroll through, take notes just like you do with the print book. The nice thing about this is that these is, if you like, you know, using your tablet or your phone. I personally am not going to read a book on a phone, but I know y'all, a lot of y'all do, so.
How long do you have access to the ebook for?
There isn't any limit on that. The only limits are printing and downloading. You can only download a very brief amount, like 10%. You can only print or email to yourself a very brief amount, again, about 10%.
So is it just open access? Anybody can access that ebook, or is there a limit
more than
to
one
how
person
many
can, right.
Okay.
If you're using it, doesn't mean somebody else can't be using it, so, too. Because you don't really do anything with it. I mean, again, you can only download or save or email or print less than 10%.
So they can shut it down if they can't, if there's limited download and printing, then they go in, they do their bit of reading for the day, they close it down, they can go back to the link.
Yeah, you can go back in 5 minutes later, you know, if you want. So, again, it can be frustrating trying to email, print, or download. I get emails on this all the time. Well, it only let me have 32 pages. Well,
because
that's
you
all
didn't
you're going to
pay
get.
for the book.
Nothing I can do about that. So really the best thing to do is...
I'm surprised they let you print anything, to be
unless
honest.
you know, are in a situation where you're not taking notes, is, you know, just get on here, flip through, take your notes, and, you know, don't even try to, you know, print very much, or I don't know, I never do, because it just ends up causing people aggravation because they don't get very much, so.
Right.
So anyway, but do take advantage of it unless you hate it, because it is pretty quick. You know, you just click, click, click through, and again, it's, you don't have to return anything, you don't have to wait, you know, to get it. Do take advantage of those. All right, last thing I want to show you is, well, two quick things. I want to show you the form as well as interlibrary loan. Here is the book retrieval form. You have to click on it and bring up the little icon, and there it is. And you just put your name in here, your email or your phone or both if you want, the title of the book and the call number. And then...
and where was that link? Sorry, because I can't see it very well on the...
Right here, over here, on the library homepage, book retrieval form, click it, and then click the little icon.
Got you, it's on the right-hand side.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay. And then myself and several other people, one of us will print it off and you know, give it to somebody to go get it, and then we'll notify you when it's here. Okay, now, interlibrary loan, it's up here under resources, right here. Click that, and then you are going to create an account with our Iliad system. Go to login, register. If you are new here, meaning you weren't here as an undergraduate or you've never used Iliad before, you're going to be a first-time user. So you're going to click here, and you're going to fill out the form, and it really only takes a minute. I know it looks hideously long, but it's really quick. You must give us your Eastern email address. Iliad will not communicate with Google or Yahoo or any other mail, only first name dot last name at emu.edu, okay? And that's where you're going to get all your articles. So, are most of you local, or are some of you not from around here? Because I know sometimes you get people that aren't from around here.
No, these guys are all
Everybody's local here,
town.
okay. For those of you at a distance, at the status box here, if you're local here in Portales, then you're going to pick Gratis Student Assistant Portales, okay? If you are not around here, you're not coming on campus, then you're going to be a distance ed graduate student. And this is important because if you order any books from us, we need to know where to send them. If you are here in Portales and we order a book for interlibrary loan for you, we're going to put it at the circulation desk, and they're going to send you an email, and you're going to come in here and get it. If you are in Kansas, we of course don't expect you to come in here and get it. We will mail it to your house, okay? So it's really important for you to pick the right thing here, okay? Because if it doesn't say distant ed, it's going at the circulation desk. Okay. Now, then you need to make up an Iliad username. Just make it something short and simple. Perhaps something you're already using, so you don't have to remember a new one. And this is very important, although people ignore it all the time. Your Iliad password is your student ID number. Put it in there twice. If you don't put it in there, you will have to re-register every single time you place a request. I have it written down here, but people still ignore it. So save yourself time, put your ID number in both of these boxes, click submit. It will instantly create an account for you. And I'm going to log into mine so you can see what it looks like. And here's what it looks like. If you need to request an article from us because it's not full text online, click article. And then you need to fill out the little boxes. We must have the journal title. It would be great if we have the volume and issue. That helps the other library find your article easier. We have to have the date, the page numbers, the author, and the article title. Okay, and then you click submit. We will instantly get it. The best thing to do is, if you're planning on, like half an hour, or whatever of doing research, go ahead, log into your account, minimize it, and then get on the databases and go through, and then if you find an article that you need to request, then you can just pop this up, you can just copy and paste the citations into the little boxes. It saves you time from typing, you know, if you're gonna do, you know, spend a half an hour at it, okay? And if you need a book, you're gonna click that book link there, and again, just give us, we need the author or the editor, the title of the book, and we need the date. Edition is helpful too, if that is an issue for you, because sometimes the date and the edition don't always agree, so if it's of critical importance, give us the edition too, okay? And then again, you're gonna click submit, and we're gonna find a library that has the book or the article. You'll get an email, if it's a book, telling you to either pick it up at circulation or that it's coming to your house. If you're at a distance, all articles will be delivered to your Eastern email account, okay? It doesn't take long, just takes a day or two to get an article. Most cases in books, it takes about a week, but it can take longer than that if we have to get it from Alaska or, you know, Maine. It can take 2 weeks to get here, so keep that in mind if you're ordering books. From those of you at a distance, you want to keep the bag or the box that the book comes in, because you're going to use that to put the books back in and send it back to us. And inside the books there will be a return mailing label. Just slap that over top of the other one, scratch out the postage, and take the envelope or the box to the post office. You will have to pay to return books to us. And this is not an Eastern thing, it's a state of New Mexico thing. The state of New Mexico does not allow prepaid mail. So we're gonna send it to you on our dime, but you'll have to send it back on yours, okay? Can't be helped, there's nothing we can do about it. We've tried, you know, to figure out some way to legally give you return mailing, and there just isn't any way to do it, so. But anyway, so request what you need, and we will try to get it for you. We're pretty good. The only issue we have is when you request articles from journals that are not from US or UK publishers. The Chinese journal of blah blah, or the Scandinavian journal of yada yada, we're not going to be able to get those for you, okay? The libraries in those countries do not lend to us. So if it's Asian or Scandinavian, your chances of getting that article are like 10%. Okay. If it's US or UK publisher, we're looking at about 90% on that. Okay.
Australian journals don't seem too bad either.
I'm sorry.
I've not
Yeah,
had
that's
too
for
much
UK.
trouble getting
Yeah.
Australian
Canada, Australian,
journals.
UK, yeah, England, we're pretty good with those. We can-
Commonwealth countries.
Yeah, we can usually get those. And we can sometimes get the others. It just depends on how many libraries still have, big research libraries still have print subscriptions. See, that's the issue. There's a copyright issue with interlibrary loan that we can't get you an e-article. Can't get you, that's against copyright. The only thing we can get is an article from a print journal that's been scanned by the other library and turned into a PDF and emailed to us, okay? Legally, that is the only thing we can do. So if no one has that print journal, then we can't get you the article, okay? So there are, you know, people like, you know, like UT is the closest big research university. Some back east, they do still have the print, you know, a lot of the international print journals, but it's becoming increasingly more difficult because more libraries, including us, are getting rid of our print subscriptions and going to the electronic. Now the good part is that there's more full text for you, but of course everything is not full text. So, but do keep that in mind, because I will get requests where people will tell me, oh, it's the pre-print, pre-pub, ain't gonna be able to get it for you. If it's pre-print or pre-pub, that means it's not available in the print journal yet, and legally we won't be able to get it from the other library. So keep that in mind. Okay. I think that's all I have.
Interlibrary
Do you have
loan.
any questions?
You are really, really lucky to have free access to interlibrary loan.
Yes, we don't charge or limit, unlike many libraries.
That is highly unusual.
But don't go hog wild. Only
Yeah,
order what you need.
yeah, don't be greedy and order stuff that is not relevant to class. Okay,
Or that
'cause
might
that's
possibly
abusing the
be interesting.
system.
And that's why you want to read the abstract. Because
yeah.
we don't mind getting you what you need, but we do have to pay sometimes $35 to bring in a book or article for you. So again, we don't mind if you need it, but just order what you need. Also, the minute you get an email from us about an article, you want to get in there and get it. There are 7-day, 14-day, and 30-day limits on how long you can read the article or print it or download it, okay? So you want to check your email every day if you place an article request so that you can get in there and get the article before it expires. Same thing with the books. You want to get over here right away or open your package if you're in Kansas right away, because you're only going to have about 3 weeks to use the book, okay? There are no renewals on interlibrary loan books. If it's our book, we can renew it for you, okay? All you have to do is send me an email, I'll do it immediately. But there are no renewals for interlibrary loan, and in some cases you may be able to keep it a little bit longer, in other cases a little bit, not quite as long, but about 3 weeks is the usual. So you want to get in here and get the book, or open the package right away, use it, and get it back to us by the due date, okay? That's important. People think, oh, it's just a library book, but it's not. The library business has become very expensive, and all libraries want to keep the stuff, as much of their stuff as possible in their library for their people, so they get really mad when the books are overdue. And then when they start screaming at us, then we start sending you unpleasant emails. And then when we get a bill, then we're going to tell you we've been billed for the book, meaning they want the book. We want us to pay for the book. And it might be a $39 book, but they may charge us $200 for processing fees. So we get billed, you get billed, okay? As soon as you return the book, we remove it from your student account, but unfortunately, we have found over the years that the only way we can get the book back from some people is by billing their account. Then they magically find the book and bring it back in. So please try to get them returned on time. You will be nagged by Iliad if they're overdue. And again, the more we're nagged, the more we nag you. So any questions at all about the library? Again, don't hesitate to ask for help. We're open 102 hours a week if you're local, and we're here to help.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, so distance students, use the resource just because you're not here. It's really easy. They have it set up so that you can get as good access to research and peer-reviewed journals as everybody else.
That's
So
right.
please
No
make
difference.
sure that you use your resources well. Okay? All right. Next week we're going to be in the library, out by the computers, looking for research. If you're at distance, email me. I can Skype with you, and I can help you look for research over Skype. Or I can call you. So take advantage. Remember, you got that purpose statement dinging away in the back of your brain, right? Next week is the start of what can I find to help me create my purpose statement. Okay? All right. Bye-bye.